I never thought I'd be the villain in someone else's story. If you asked anyone who knew me, they would tell you I was a good boyfriend. Loyal enough, caring enough, not perfect but trying. I paid attention when she talked, remembered her favorite coffee, held her hand in public. I told myself that meant I loved her. The truth is, I loved how she loved me. She trusted me completely. That kind of trust is intoxicating. It makes you feel powerful, untouchable. And somewhere along the way, instead of protecting that trust, I started taking it for granted. It began harmlessly. At least that's what I told myself. A message from an old friend, a late-night conversation that felt exciting because it was new, compliments I hadn't heard in a while, attention without responsibility. I didn't plan to cheat, I just didn't stop it. When I crossed the line the first time, guilt hit me hard. I promised myself it was a mistake, one time, something I'd bury and forget. I went home to my girlfriend, kissed her forehead, and told her I loved her. She smiled like she always did. That should have been enough to stop me. But it was. The second time was easier. The third felt normal. Soon, lying became routine. I learned how to delete messages quickly, how to switch tones, how to give just enough affection to keep suspicion away. What shocked me wasn't how easily I lied. It was how easily she believed me. She never checked my phone, never accused me without proof. When I came home late, she asked if I was tired. When I canceled plans, she said she understood. She trusted me so deeply that it made my betrayal feel invisible. I convinced myself she'd never find out. And even if she did, I believed she'd forgive me. She always forgave. Then small things started changing. She asked fewer questions. She stopped arguing. She didn't cry when I snapped at her. She smiled the same, but something behind her eyes went quiet. I didn't notice at first, or maybe I didn't want to. One night, I came home and found her sitting on the bed, scrolling through her phone. She looked up and asked calmly, "Are you happy with me?" The question annoyed me. "Why do you always ask things like that?" I said. "You're overthinking." She nodded. "Okay." That was it. No argument, no tears. That should have scared me. Instead, I felt relieved. I continued living my double life, unaware that something had already shifted. She wasn't fighting for me anymore. She was watching. I didn't know she had seen the messages. I didn't know she had saved everything. I didn't know that every lie I told was being quietly archived. She played her role perfectly. She laughed at my jokes, posted photos of us, defended me when people teased her about my busy schedule. She made me look good, better than I deserved. My ego grew. Then came the night that changed everything. It was a celebration at my place. Friends, laughter, music. She stood beside me, her hand resting lightly on my arm. I remember thinking how lucky I was to have someone so understanding. At one point, someone asked her how she trusted me so much. She smiled and said, "Because I know the truth always comes out." I laughed. I thought she was joking. When she asked me to sit down later that night, I didn't feel nervous. She was calm, too calm. "I want to show you something," she said. She connected her phone to the TV. The first message appeared. My message. Then another and another. Different women, same words, same promises, dates overlapping, screenshots scrolling like a timeline of my betrayal. My chest tightened. "Where did you get this?" I asked, my voice sharp, defensive. She looked at me, not angry, not crying, just clear. "From you," she said. I tried to speak, but nothing came out. For the first time, I realized I had lost control of the story. "I didn't want revenge," she continued. "I wanted to understand who I was loving." I tried to minimize it. "It didn't mean anything. You're the one I came home to." She smiled sadly. "That's not love, that's convenience." She told me she had already told the other women, shared the proof, compared stories. She told me my friends knew, that the version of me I worked so hard to protect was already gone. "You didn't destroy me," she said. "You revealed yourself." I begged then, properly begged, apologized, Promised therapy, promised change, promised things I should have promised before. She listened, let me finish. Then she said something that still haunts me. I stayed because I needed to stop loving you first. She packed a bag and left that night. The silence afterward was unbearable. Friends stopped inviting me places. Messages went unanswered. People looked at me differently, like they finally saw something ugly they couldn't unsee. The women I cheated with disappeared. Attention without trust is fleeting. And for the first time, I was alone. Weeks later, I saw her by chance at a cafe. She looked lighter, calmer, like someone who had survived something and learned from it. I walked up to her, desperate. I ruined everything, I said. She nodded. Yes, but I didn't let you ruin me. That was the moment I understood the true revenge. She didn't scream. She didn't humiliate me publicly. She didn't beg me to change. She let the truth end everything. And she walked away whole. I lost someone who loved me honestly because I wanted more than I deserved. And the worst part isn't being exposed. It's knowing that if I had protected her trust instead of exploiting it, I wouldn't be telling this story as a lesson. Some people don't learn from love. They learn from loss.